First of all, I want to put a bit of a message out to those watching. If you haven't heard about the Heartbleed virus or security flaw, it's not really a virus, it's a security flaw. It's not something that your antivirus software or your security software or anything on your computer is going to fix. The only way to fix the Heartbleed problem is for you to go and change all of your passwords. Now, that sounds like a huge task. I mean, you've got your Facebook, your Tumblr, your Gmail, your Google, your YouTube, your whatever else you've got out there. It all has to change. This is extremely important. The security problem has existed for 2 years, and who knows what those malicious people out there, I don't want to use the word hackers because hackers are not necessarily malicious people, but the malicious people out there, what they could have been doing for the last 2 years that nobody knew. Well, somebody knew, but those in the security industry didn't realize that there was a major problem with this security system. Sites that are not affected because they were not using the software involved in this security flaw include LinkedIn, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and that includes MSN, Outlook, MSN Mail, all of those, AOL, eBay, PayPal, Hulu, and Evernote. Those are the only ones I know for sure were not affected. Absolutely everything else, you have to change your password. It is essential, and it's also essential that you let all of your friends and all of your family know that they need to do the same thing. It's a pain in the butt, and I understand that, but so is getting all of your information compromised, your account hacked. And you say, oh, why would they want my account? Why would they want anything that's in my email? There's nothing important in there. Say that when you can't get into your email anymore. Say that when your friends get a post from you that isn't from you. You gotta remember, these are malicious people. There's all kinds of things that they can do with that information, things that you don't realize. So change your passwords. And even those sites that I listed, change them too, just because you should get into the habit of changing your passwords. Your password should be at least 8 characters long. It should have at least one non-alpha character in it, and by that I mean A to Z. There should be at least one capitalization and one non-capitalization in there. And if the site takes it, which most sites should, there should be one non-standard character, you know, something like a $sign or an exclamation point or an equal sign or something like that in the passwords that you're using. And you should use different passwords for different sites. There are password management tools out there. I'm going to say look around. There are free ones, there are paid ones, there are good ones, there are bad ones. Do your research. That's what the net is for. That is what Google is for. It will help you. The other security issue that I want to mention is if you use WordPress, which is a hugely popular piece of software for doing blogs. It has some security flaws that have been updated recently with new applications that use it. Those applications need updates, so make sure that you do all your updates on there. And again, change your passwords. Okay, now that we're off of Heartbleed, Avatar, the big trilogy of sequels that are being made simultaneously were recently talked about by James Cameron, who produced, wrote, created the first movie, the mega movie. And he says recently, the second, third, and fourth films all go into production simultaneously. They're essentially all in pre-production right now because we are designing creatures, settings, and characters that span all 3 films. And we should be finished with all 3 scripts within the next, I would say, 6 weeks. So that's all his quote, which means somewhere around Memorial Day, they should be all finished with the writing of the scripts. That allows them to sit down and start designing the creatures, the settings, like drawing it, and even, you know, doing some of the computer generation making of some of this stuff. I'm thinking, considering that the first movie is due out December of next year, that we're probably going to see him go into production probably in August or so of this year. And I think we're going to see some incredibly good series of films. Remember, the first film did, I think, domestically a little over 400 million. I'll put the number here. And I think we're going to see a great series of new films out of them. A little bit of casting news to do with Star Wars Episode 7. Casting announcements are supposed to be coming out May 4th, as in May the 4th be with you. May the Force be with you. It's a big celebration day for Star Wars fans. As a matter of fact, here in Victoria, there's a tattoo shop that is doing what they call flash art, meaning that it's tattoos that they can do really quickly on May the 4th. I think they're doing it the 3rd and the 4th. So check that out if you're into getting some Star Wars related tattoos. But anyways, one actor has declared himself out of the running in regards to the new Star Wars film, and that would be Benedict Cumberbatch. Even though he did the last Star Trek movie with J.J. Abrams, and they seem to get along really fine, there's been a lot of rumors that Benedict would somehow appear in the Star Wars movies. But this week, here's a quote from Benedict. He says, "I would have liked to have been in JJ's new Star Wars, but it won't happen, sadly." He also made some quotes about Doctor Who, saying that he will never be the Doctor. That's because he's worked on Sherlock in connection with Stephen Moffat, who's also the showrunner over on Doctor Who. And we should kind of expect that. I hope that we see Peter Capaldi on Doctor Who for quite a few years. Benedict's career is going to grow and grow and grow in regards to movies. And between Sherlock and movies, he's going to be too busy to do Doctor Who. In S.H.I.E.L.D. news, that is Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the show has yet to be renewed for the 2nd season, although it really looks like ABC will do so. Deadline Hollywood is saying that ABC may air S.H.I.E.L.D. next season in 2 halves. The first half in the fall, and then the second half in the spring. And in between, they're going to air 13 episodes of Agent Carter. Agent Carter was the female that was involved with Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, in the first movie. And there's also a mini movie that was made in with the DVD and Blu-ray that has her becoming one of the first agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in like the late 40s, early 50s. So that could be a really interesting look at the early days of S.H.I.E.L.D. mixed in between the 2 series dealing with present day S.H.I.E.L.D. So that could be really interesting next season. We'll have to see how it goes. So before I run the credits, I'm going to run a screen with a bunch of the trailers that have come out in the last few days for some of these new movies coming out this spring and summer. Hope you enjoy them. Please subscribe below and keep watching.